Hello YouTube, it's Barbara Jean. I'm going to do a really light video today. I really wasn't intending on doing this video, but I just suddenly felt like I needed to do something light and easy, and actually it's prophetic as well, because I'm going to show you some things that I've done in the past in regards to my craft work. I haven't done it in the last few years. I just kind of lost interest because of I had a lot of pain developing in my hands at the time. And so years and years of crafting I did kind of ended when I was no longer able to really hold on to things, my cross-stitch equipment. But anyway, this to say that, this is to show you my heart. I did it before, earlier in my YouTube channel. I talked about some of my favorite things, which I think was the name of my video, my favorite things. And but these are, things that don't seem like they are important or mean very much, or suddenly have a prophetic insignificant. They have a prophetic significance to them. And so I'm just going to show you some of the things that I've done. Some of them are finished and some of them are unfinished. If I had not run out of steam, I probably would have finished a lot more of these things. But anyway, I'm just going to show you some of the things that I've done. Some of my cross stitching, and show you that most of them have had a very prophetic edge, air to them. These are just this is just a picture of three of the cross stitches I did. These are not the cross stitches I did, but these are just they're a picture of the cross stitches that were in this package, and I did all three of these. You can see those are flowers. One's rose and pansies, and the other one, it looks like lavender. Anyway, I did those, gave most of those away as gifts. A lot of my cross stitches I gave away as gifts. This is not a cross stitch, but this is actually just a needlework. This is needlework which I framed, because I like the colors, and they look like flowers. Anyway, that's not a cross stitch, but that is needlework. I did that some time ago. Like everyone likes to show off a little of their handiwork. Some of them I don't know why I didn't finish. This one I did for a niece. It's a little girl with flowers, and then what it says: a gathering of roses, a gift for you, a gift of love for you. May all your days be filled with joy and all your dreams come true. Anyway, I did that for a niece in the family. And this, I never finished this. It says mother. You're going to see it backwards, but that one says mother. It's almost finished, and I don't know why I never finished it, but it's just a matter of a little bit of lace, working on the lace, and but it's a teacup. Gotta have my cup of tea. Most of the time you never see it, but I do almost always have a cup of tea beside me, so there's a teacup right there. Oh dear. These little sayings I did. There was a book that I got in Australia when I was there, and when I would sit in that dressing room, I would do a lot of cross stitching, and because I was there over a year, and there were these little lovely little cross stitches that I did. Sorry, it's backwards, but anyway, there's this one. It says, "Open my eyes that I may behold wonderful things." Psalms 119:18. This one is, "O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is thy name in all the earth." That's another one I did in Australia. This one says, "Thou dost make the dawn and the sunset shout for joy." Psalm 65:8. Another one I did in Australia. That one's actually intended to be a bookmark, but I never did get around to finishing. Like a lot of these things I did, I just never finished, just never got around to finish. These all just need to be put into little frames. "Consider the lilies of the fields and how they grow." Matthew 6:28. Another one I did in Australia. This is a cross stitch, but it looks like a piece of fabric. That's actually a cross stitch. I don't know why I felt compelled to do that, but I think I was intended to make it as a gift. My one of my sisters does miniatures, and so I thought, well, if I did a little, made her a little rug. So a little did I realize she could just find a piece of fabric that looked like that. Instead of spending all my time doing that in cross stitch. Well, there it is. Uh, I have hundreds and hundreds of projects that I intended to do and never have gotten around to. So who knows? Maybe in heaven I'll have the time to do it. Here's one that I did in Australia as well, but I gave this to a woman who asked me for it. I have given away a lot of cross stitching, and this one I did in Australia as well. And it's a little hard to see, but it's an angel holding a baby, and it was quite large. It was about, how large was it? A foot and a half by a foot, and very detailed. Anyway, I did that one while I was in Australia, and this one I did many years ago. I did that one there. Very beautiful. I loved that one, but I decided to give it to for a church fundraiser, and interestingly enough, nobody. Uh, I guess they were all afraid of how much it would have. They were supposed to bid on something, and I put that in for a church fundraiser, and only one person bid on it. She put a nice bid in it. She said she loves it, and she actually hung it in her hallway. And she tells me every time I see her how much she appreciates it, because she knows how much work it went into it. And I'm glad it went to somebody who really enjoys it. Um, Lots and lots of cross stitching I never finished. Uh, Let me see, what else can I show you? This is a needlework that I did. That's actually a needlework. I didn't quite finish it. It just needs to be finished around the edges. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I like the colors or something. Uh, Let me see. What else can I show you? Oh, here, let me show you one I did finish. I just never got around to framing. It's actually a sampler. And it's got birds and the alphabet on there and flowers. I did finish that one. Never hung it up. And here's one that I never finished. It's almost finished. There's not really that much to do on it. There's that one right there. See, it's a lady. She's writing. Very pretty colors. And here it is. I changed some of the colors, but it's not quite finished. It's really not that much to do with it. But that's in its mostly finished state, and so I just have to finish it off, and I don't know why. I just couldn't seem to get the steam to finish it. I'm going to show you another one that I didn't finish, and it's an angel. She's actually holding a ribbon. Very, very detailed cross stitch. There's the face there. There are actually supposed to be beads that go in there, and I never got around to finishing it. And let's see, what else can I show you? Here's one I started not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, when I was trying to get back into cross stitching. I had lost my, like I said, my hands. This is actually a picture of an angel. See if I can find it for you. No, it's not in color, so I'm just going to show you it partially finished. I may actually get around to finishing it again. That's a picture of an angel there with red cheeks and red hair. And let's see, what else can I show you right away? Here's one I don't think I'm ever going to finish. I guess I just kind of lost interest in the colors. It's a picture of a woman wearing a green dress and a hood. And what else can I show you? I'm going to show you. I don't know whether these are going to show up very well. Here's a pillow I did. So I have that on my sofa. So, And that's a basket of fruit. That took me a long time to finish. I don't know why. I think because it was on black. To cross stitch on black is really difficult. It's hard to see the squares. But anyway, I thought that would make a nice pillow, and it does. So it's a little decorative pillow. It's not really something you lean on. I just have it on the back of my sofa, and there it goes. I want to show you this one I did. This hangs on one of my walls. It says welcome. Of course, it's backwards, but it says welcome. It's another cross stitch I did. That was difficult because of the gold stitching. It's very, very hard, and it sticks on the fabric. So that was a little difficult to do, but I love that one. I love the colors. Welcome. Again, my favorite things, flowers. And let me see what else can I show you. Some of these you may have seen before. Here's one of the first ones I did. Very difficult. This was very, very difficult because it's on black, and it's a woman doing cross stitching. She's doing cross stitching, but I love the way the juxtaposition of the black against the colors against the black, and she's actually cross stitching. And another one I want to show you is this one. This is one of my favorites too. She's this woman here. She's sitting in a rose garden, and in the background is the sea, and she's underneath a shade tree, and she's wearing pink. And it's very detailed and very, very small stitching. That's one of my favorite ones there too. And again, like I said, it's been very prophetic. And I didn't realize that sometimes the Lord shows us the desires of our heart. And the Lord wants to give us the desires of our heart. And sometimes we're not even aware of what are the desires of our heart. Sometimes we can be a little bit blind to our own calling. And anyway, this is one I did for a friend. I gave this to her for her wedding. This is the picture of it on this one here. It's the sun and the moon, and there's sea creatures because my friend happens to love anything that has to do with the sea. She'd live in the Caribbean and live on the ocean if she could. Anyway, that's a picture, and it's also the Genesis, the verses. And God created great whales and every living thing that moveth, and God saw that it was good. So I gave that to my friend for her wedding. She has that in her house. And show you this other ones that I've done. I wonder if this is one. Oh no, that's not it. Because this is kind of impromptu. I wanted to show you some more that I've done that I don't have, that I gave away to others, but that's okay. And I'm going to show you a couple of more that I did, that I have hanging up, that actually were a sign the Lord pointed out to me when I became aware of my prophetic calling, and pointed them out to me. And this one here is, I think I showed this one to you before. It's that's the alphabet, so it's a sampler, but it's a cross stitch and also needlework. And the words in the box is random acts of kindness, and right in here is the word charity. It's a little hard to read, but that's what it says. So that's open work there, and of course it's pink. Oh dear. And I'm going to show you again my prophetic calling. I didn't realize that the Lord showed me and said, I do have a calling for you. And like I said, wasn't aware. I was just acting because I thought I just love these things. I didn't know why I loved them, but there was a prophetic calling on my life, and this is one of the first ones I did. You can see it. It's a woman holding a baby. She's wearing a very lovely skirt. The background wasn't like this, but I changed it because that's the way I wanted it. And she is holding a lovely little baby. That was one of the very first ones I ever did. Uh, this one I did sometime in the middle of my needlepoint career. And that is of a bride. She's wearing a very beautiful, elaborate dress. And most of you know I've never married, and the Lord even in fact told me I was not going to marry. But He also gives us the desires of our heart. So, and I want to show you one that I did finish, but I haven't hung up yet, or I have not. What did I do with it? Where is it? Uh-oh. I had it. Here it is. This one is finished, except there's no name and no dates on it. It's a picture of a bride. That was one of the last ones I did. And this was, again, probably one of the very last cross stitches I did, at least one of the major ones that I did. And it's a woman holding a baby with wings, with 12 stars over her head. And this was all before I became aware, before the Lord made me aware of my prophetic calling. So anyway, I just wanted to show you those things because sometimes we are unaware that we're actually in the Lord's will and that the Lord has a direction for our lives that sometimes doesn't show up right away, but we have these little indications of what we are intended to do, or what the Lord has for us. Anyway, I am just going to leave it at that. And God bless you. I hope you enjoyed that. Those were just some of my favorite things. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to show you again my my little figurines. This is just one of my little figurines that I have. Became those who've seen my videos on it, I became very, before I knew my prophetic calling, I had picked up 7 of these little figurines, all different, all perfectly matched, not knowing to myself the 7 churches of the book of Revelation, and all of them are holding a baby. So, like I said, it's just one of those signs that you don't realize are a sign that the Lord indeed directs our paths. And I will leave it at that. God bless you, and I hope you have a great day.